While chapters 2 and 3 are arguably the most important chapters for tying together and connecting Metro 2 as an industry standard to the law's maximum possible accuracy requirement, chapter 4 is where you're going to find the data fields, which is where, when you look at a report itself, you're able to actually determine whether the information is accurate or not. In other words, if you're looking for a factual dispute reason, chapter 4 is where the definitions and the basis for that factual argument is actually rooted in their industry standard. If we take a look at our table of contents, as a refresher, chapter 4 has all of your field definitions, and the field definitions are broken down. Again, if we can conceptualize the image of the book with different chapters, your header record, this segment of data fields, and if we go through the next couple pages in the index, your base segment, these are the data fields for the account that relate to the consumer, your account status, your current balance, your amount past due, we recognize these fields. Your base segment continued, and then your J1 segment, remember that your J1 segment has information about a co-borrower that lives at the same address as the consumer. So again, their first name, last name, telephone number, date of birth. The J2 segment has information about a co-borrower that lives at a different address, pretty much the same type of information as the J1 for the most part. Side note, the way that Metro 2 is designed, you can actually have multiple J1s and multiple J2s. What this means is you can have a loan that has 3 or 4 or 5 co-borrowers, and you can attach as many of those as you need to the credit reporting. Your K1 segment only has 3 data fields. This has to do with your original creditor information. Again, your K2 segment has your data fields for your purchase from and to. K3 segment just has 4 data fields related to it, and this is mortgage information. Your K4, specialized payment information, such as is it a balloon or is it in a deferred status. Your L1 segment, again, notice these are all pretty small segments. Is the account number, has it been changed? Your N1 segment has information about the employer. And then your trailer record, which is similar to the header record, mostly this just kind of checks their batch when they submit it to make sure that everything adds up and has all the required information. So that is your summary of chapter 4. Chapter 4 is where you're going to find the data fields, their definitions, how they're supposed to report. So when you're looking at a credit report and trying to figure out what in the world are you looking at, chapter 4 is where you're going to be able to cross-reference, find out what the Metro 2 format actually requires, and then it's just kind of like mapping it out, which is what a term was that they had used earlier, if you recall. Metro 2 was designed to allow data to be mapped out to different databases. What we need to do is just map out the credit data from the credit report to where it should be in Metro 2. Then you know what you're looking at. Once you know what you're looking at, you can figure out how to find the errors. Chapter 4 is where the full and complete set of data fields is